What's going on, everybody? If you're new to the channel, my name is Rich and I am getting into the trading card game scene. A lot has happened since my last video, but in this video I'm going to kind of go over the Gundam card game producer's letter that they put out and just talk about this stuff here. So let's jump into it right now. So it says, I'm happy to greet everyone around the world that is looking forward to the Gundam card game, abbreviated GCG, for the first time. I'm Nashimiro, the producer of the Gundam card game. Gundam Card Game Edition Beta has been made available in advance in select regions, so some of you may have already started playing it, but from December 14th, this will be officially released worldwide. I'm already looking forward to the reactions people from all over the world will have once they play it. And I'm looking forward to playing it. People have already gotten their hands on it, so that's why I haven't really decided if I want to jump into like more videos about it, because I know there was a event that happened where a lot of people got to get their hands on and do unboxings and showcase all of that stuff. So me coming in a bit late to the scene seems kind of out of place to do stuff like that, but I would like to start here with some Gundam and some other games. So it says, this is my first producer letter, so I'd like the message to you all to include general information about the Gundam card game and the beta version, Gundam Card Game Edition Beta. I hope you will all read to the end. He has some thoughts about creating the card game and says, as most readers will know, the Gundam card game will be released worldwide in 3 languages, Japanese, English, and Chinese in 2025. Previously, Bandai has developed other trading card game titles, including the Gundam series as a theme. Among those, Gundam War is one title that was enjoyed by many and became called by some as a representative TCG for Gundam. Despite this, we became aware that the management at the time of Gundam War and its successor, Gundam War NXA, seems to have had aspects that sparked distrust in the customers. However, we reflected on and analyzed what could have been improved based on our experience with operating TCG titles for a series other than Gundam, so we could release this Gundam card game and a global TCG. The current management and development team members include those who have played and those who work involved Gundam War, so the team has a strong understanding of history up until now. This is being used when overlooking the startup of the Gundam card game, which we are releasing this time, so we hope those who played Gundam War will try playing Gundam card game. I missed the Gundam War series. I've been out of the TCGs for a long time, so me really just jumping in for the first time after a long time with One Piece and Union Arena. But what I like about this versus those two games is that this one is going to be worldwide, and I think that's really what got my attention. It's like it's really releasing everywhere at once, so there's not going to be like a top meta list that you can go back on and look at and say, oh, people are playing this card, so I want to jump in and play that. We'll all be experiencing it real time for the most part. It says it changes the topic, but I like to talk briefly about how we came to name it Gundam Card Game. During the planning of this new Gundam TCG, there were various options proposed for the name. Among the options as mentioned above, we decided to name this new title Gundam Card Game, the simplest name we could come up with, because of our strong desire to make this next Gundam TCG the definitive one, and to keep this title going as long as possible. So we have the Gundam Card Game system, which shows a couple of games for Gundam and Amuro Ray, where Amuro Ray is a pilot that you can dock into the Gundam or pair with the Gundam, which I think is a cool concept. Similar to raids and unit arena. It says during your turn, all your units get AP plus 1, which is attack power. Choose one enemy unit with 5 or less HP and rest it. That's pretty cool. And Gundam Card Game, the basic concept and play of this game is simple. Power up a mobile suit unit card with a pilot card, reduce your opponent's shield to 0, and then deliver a final attack to win. Watch the game tutorial video on our official YouTube channel to learn about the rules and gameplay in more detail. We've designed Gundam Card Game to have a relatively easy to learn game system that a wide variety of people can enjoy, such as even those who like the Gundam series but have not played TCGs before, or TCG players that do not know that much about the Gundam series. We also made sure to develop some special game mechanics that bring to life the world of the Gundam series, since we want it to be a Gundam TCG. Since it's Gundam series TCG, one thing that did not change from the start was the axle, having the focus of the game be on the battles involving the mobile suits and pilots. The twists and turns we went through dealt with what kind of game system to place these two axles in. Since we played a variety of patterns for game systems and gradually settled on the current game system in which any pilot can be set in any unit, and setting specific pilot in a specific unit forms a linked unit. We realized that any pilot can be set in any unit may feel strange to fans of the series, but we gave priority to how it works as a card here, allowing for the fun of exploring the game synergy of various pilots and units. Some of you may know Gundam War had a rule not allowing more than 2 cards of the same on the battlefield at a time. It may feel strange for those who played Gundam War, but we left this out in order to make it easier to play a card game. However, we realized that Gundam series fans would strongly want to have certain mobile suits and pilots play together. This brought forth the linked unit system, which gives an advantage in the game to pairing the specific mobile suit and pilot. Only a linked unit can attack the turn it's deployed, which we can link to excitement like reversing the flow of the game. This gives fans of the Gundam series a sense of immersion in its world to see mobile suits and pilots with big roles in the series can play big roles in the game. Meanwhile, it gives those not familiar with the Gundam a sense of which pilot used which mobile suit in the series, and this way we hope it also provides an introduction to or gateway into the Gundam series. So people see like Emerald Ray tied up with Gundam, they'll be like, oh, these two go together. And then when they see like the series, or they might want to learn more about the series because maybe that's their favorite card, learn more about those characters. So it's like a way to get in that way. There are also command cards that have pilot effects and base cards that protect your shields, which are unique parts of the game system and Gundam card game, but I'll save those to talk about at another time. Definitely like to know more about the combat. And unfortunately, we have to wait a little bit longer to get hands-on with it. I noticed there were cards that have the ability to block and some cards can't block. In a sense, it's kind of like, from my experiences, One Piece right now, where you can only have blockers unless like you're in an arena on that side, which I feel like is like a combination of both of them. Another thing to mention is that Gundam card game has rules prepared that allow for 3 or more players too. So you can play the standard 1 versus 1 battle, 2v2 team battles, and even a battle royale, where you battle on your own against multiple opponents at once. We made rules for multiplayer number options as we feel it will help many more people of various ages in various regions enjoy Gundam card game more through offering more than only the serious 1 versus 1 battles. We hope you will all try the various formats as well and let us know what you think of them. A battle royale, 3-player battle royale is pretty interesting because it just seems like eventually people will team up against one person and duke it out between themselves. And I wonder how well that'll be for that one person that gets teamed up on. I think the appeal of TCGs is not only the game system, but the artwork too. Of course, we put in the most effort into the artwork for this game, Gundam card game, than our other TCG titles to date. So this is going to have the most effort into the artwork. That's interesting. Gundam is Bandai's baby. So when I see that they're making this game and they're releasing it worldwide, and what they're putting into it with the release events, I feel like they're really putting their all into this. Like, no matter what happens with a Gundam game, like in video games, like if they don't do well, it doesn't matter. They're going to make another one. Like, Gundam is what pretty much raised Bandai to where it is now, so they'll always respect it, I feel. These cards look really good, though. I really want to see what this one looks like in person. Like, the pictures will definitely not do it justice, for sure. So I'm pretty sure this one has like some weird textured shiny effect on it that we can't see in the picture. For the mobile suit illustrations, we've asked the same illustrators to provide many wonderful new illustrations, especially for the Gundam card game and the Gundam card game alternate art versions. A special charm of TCG are going to be included. The standard versions will of course have gorgeous artwork, and the alternate art versions will include a variety of art styles, like some featuring Gundam plus various artists, as well as those that further bring out the image of the series. In addition, characters like the pilots have been newly illustrated for Gundam card game, and many new illustrations by illustrators will also be included in the game. Doing this allows us to provide illustrations of a variety of styles unlike before. Illustrations for alternative art versions of characters' cards are, of course, being prepared as well. For these, the various illustrators will be making them with their own interpretation, which will show a new side to the characters and give it a unique feel that's a little different from the original. Doing all this allows us to provide Gundam card game with individual artwork, unlike in our TCG titles up until now, for everyone to enjoy. So it's going on about the beta edition. Now, people were really mad about the beta edition because when they first announced it, they just announced it for being on sale on the premium Bandai store. And then they had 2 drops, but they were both kind of like, felt like they were botted out because so many people were like getting on there. And people had it in carts and wouldn't be able to get it. And people were like me for the second drop. I was like there at the moment and it was like, sorry, sold out. Like, what are you talking about? So the site didn't work. And then when it did work, it wasn't working. But there's also another thing that people didn't know about is that there's going to be in-store events, and they didn't really make that clear on the social media pages. You had to go like kind of look for it yourself to see if it was there. But it says this time we released a limited beta version, edition beta, ahead of the Gundam card game release in 2025. For digital games, it is common to hear of beta versions, but is not used much among TCGs, as we want to release Gundam card game worldwide and expect the reactions from users in each region will vary. We decided to release a beta version product to allow us to confirm the reactions of people around the world. Everyone who has played it, we hope you kindly help us by letting us know your thoughts through the survey released in your region. We hope to include improvements from everyone's reactions in the full release. Generally, trials or demos of TCGs are done using pre-constructed decks, but with the edition beta, it's made so that from the moment you open it up, you can enjoy everything from deck building to battles. For edition beta, to keep deck building sufficiently simple, we've only included 3, all but red, of the 4 blue, green, red, and white announced card colors. In Gundam card game, decks can include no more than 2 colors, so you can make a deck mixing 2 colors or with a single color. So we hope everyone enjoys the game, starting from building a deck. You can also enjoy opening it and building a deck on your own, but there's also enough included for 2 players, so please invite a friend to try the game and play Gundam card game together. Going on about the worldwide release, he has to say, as I have mentioned earlier, we plan to release the Gundam card game simultaneously around the world. For Bandai, simultaneously worldwide release of the game is a challenge, and I feel that we will have to overcome various hurdles from now on. Let me tell you a little about our thoughts on our future worldwide release plans. First of all, by releasing worldwide, we intend to deliver information to as many people around the world as possible at the same time. For that reason, we have prepared subtitles in various languages for the videos we have provided so far. However, there will inevitably be a time difference issue when we announce information in the future. For example, when we release content in a streamed program, no matter which time we choose, it will unavoidably be difficult for people in some regions, including Japan, to watch in real time. We appreciate your understanding in this regard. In addition, we plan to release the main products, such as booster packs and pre-constructed decks, as simultaneously as possible. There may be unavoidable delays in the distribution of promotional cards and event items, though. We will manage the operations so that cards with new illustrations and text do not end up being unavailable in some regions, so we hope everyone will rest assured about that. Because they're being in Japan or it's being worldwide, is just that there's going to be a lot of a time difference, and especially when it comes to like shipping product. Some might get shipped to different areas differently, especially with what we have coming up over here in the U.S. Seeing how tariffs might work or affect things, we don't know. So we'll see what happens with that. As far as promos go, I'm not really sure how they're going to do that. Like a lot of times they have promos going on with restaurants or magazines that some areas just don't get. So I'm kind of curious on how they'll do promos for that. Like if they'll just, whatever popular restaurant they use in Japan for a promo or a magazine they'll use for a promo they'll use in America. I don't know if we still get Shonen Jumps. I haven't looked at one in a long time, probably been about 14 years. So I'll have to look and see if we'll see any promos with that happening. So that's the ending comment. As this is my first producer's letter, there's still a lot I'd like to talk about, but it will get too long, so I'll leave it here for this time. First of all, I'm really looking forward to everyone playing the edition beta. I'd appreciate it very much if you could let us know your impressions of playing the Gundam card game through the product survey. I'm also looking forward to the day when I can go to international events beyond Japan and meet people from all over the world. We've also prepared some amazing announcements that will delight everyone, and I think we'll be able to tell everyone about them soon, so look forward to it. I wonder what these announcements are, especially since, we know that the store event's coming up at the end of January. It'll probably be after the Bandai Card Fest. The fact that it's just like a whole Bandai Card Fest is a pretty big thing to me. Like I said, as I'm new to the TCG series, it's been a while, but the idea that exists, a festival just for Bandai card games, is crazy to me. But I'm really excited about this one, being able to jump into a game at launch that may be potentially fairly large, a card game like this, and it's going to be worldwide, so you don't have people like getting cards from Japan or looking at Japan, like I said, meta deck lists and stuff like that. Everybody will be kind of like figuring out what the best deck playlist is on their own, and it should be a really fun and entertaining time. Of course, the meta decks and stuff will come soon after, I'm sure, but at least at the beginning, you're not pre-preparing. Card values aren't going to be based upon what a previous set had in another region, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of cool. All right, that's all I had for this video. If you're new here and want to follow more trading card game information and stuff like that, hit the subscribe button. I do want to talk more about TCGs on this channel, so let me know what your thoughts are about the Gundam card game, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.